Hey guys, today we're going to look at how to create a repository on GitHub. A repository is basically just a place to store code. We're going to look at how to check out the repository, clone it to our local computer, make some changes, and then upload the new changes back to GitHub. So first of all, you want to make an account on GitHub. That's just going to be basically the same way you make any online account. You're going to sign up and then you're going to sign in. So here you see I'm signed into the GitHub dashboard. I'm going to go up here to the plus sign. I'm going to click on New Repository. So here you're going to see the owner. It's going to be my local account I'm going to use, but if you're a member of any groups, you could make a repository under those groups. I'm going to type in a name. I'm just going to use YouTube demo just for the purposes of this demo. You could add a description if you want. I'm going to make it public. I'm going to initialize the repository with a README. So basically this just makes a file so that you're able to clone it, so you're able to make a local copy on your computer. If you already have a local copy that you want to add to GitHub, then you would not do this. And I'm just going to put a license on it. As far as the scope of this video goes, I'm not going to go into licenses, which one you might want to use, and I'm going to click on Create. So here you see they added the license file that I selected, and it has a README. So the README just says the name of the repository, YouTube demo, and here you could put in descriptions about how to build the software, frequently asked questions, whatever you want. But so for now I'm going to just leave that the way it is. Up here you see I'm watching the repository, so that just means whoever watches it is going to see any updates in their dashboard. Here you can star it, which just means kind of like you like the repository and you want to see it in your list of starred repositories, but you don't want to get updates on your dashboard. And here you could fork the repository, which means that you make a copy of it under your own account. So obviously it's under our own account already. I'm not going to show you that in this video. But here you see clone or download. I could click on that, and then it has clone using HTTPS. So that means that if you want to make changes and push them back to GitHub, you need to use your login, your username and password to do so, or you could click on Use SSH. So if you go to your settings up here, and then settings, you could add an SSH key. So I'm not going to go into the details of how you do that in this video. I'm just going to use the HTTPS URL. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to switch over here to my terminal. So you see that I've just got a directory here that I'm just doing my work in, and I'm going to run git, or actually if I paste it, no, so it does not include the git clone. So I'm going to type git clone and then the URL that I pasted. I'm going to press enter. So you see it did it pretty quick because right now there's no code or anything in the repository. So it said that it's cloning into YouTube demo. So that made a directory here. If I do ls, I'll see the directory it made. I could do cd into the directory. I could do ls, and I see that there's the files that I saw on the GitHub website on my local computer. So now what I want to do is so first of all, let's look at git log. So this shows the history. So you could see here that GitHub automatically made a commit, and you see it has a message initial commit. And if we do git show, we could see the details of what files were added. So we see here green and plus means that the stuff was all added. So how about we use our text editor to create a new file. So I'm just going to name it file.txt, and I'm going to type hello, this is a test, and I'm going to save it. So now, so I haven't shown you this yet, but if you do git status, it will show you the current status. So here we see that we see this one file, file.txt, is an untracked file. So what that means is it's never been added to Git yet. So what we do, if we do what it says right here, git add, and then whatever the name of the file is, git add file.txt, and then we do another git status, we see that the file.txt is a new file and it's a change to be committed, so it's been staged. So what that means is once we make a commit, that file will be part of the commit. And once we make a commit, that commit will show up when we do git log. It'll be another change built on top of this initial commit. So now I'm going to do git commit, and I always put this -v here because if I'm not putting the -v, this is what shows up, and we have no idea exactly what changes were made. But if we do the -v, we see the changes that we made here. Hello, this is a test. And it helps if you're making, say, bigger changes to know, well, are we adding the files we meant to add? Is there something that's being messed up here? And we could detect those mistakes before we actually make the commit. So I find that -v very helpful. I always use it. So what we have to do here is we have to write a message. So I'm going to just say test for YouTube. And you're also able to put a couple spaces in here and put a longer message. This first one's just supposed to be one line long. Actually, I think my text editor here, if I keep typing, yeah, it should get red if I type too much. So anyway, just write a one-liner here. So normally you want it to be descriptive about what the commit is doing. Obviously this is just a test, so I'm not really able to describe what I'm not able to describe it. Like, it's not like some feature in the code or something that I'm adding. Now if I do git log again, I see my latest commit. Now if I do a git push, origin master, so I'm going to push to origin, which by default is where you clone the code from. So that's going to be GitHub, and I'm going to push to the master branch. So that's just a default branch. I'm going to type my username, I'm going to type my password, and we see that it successfully made the changes. Now if we jump back over here and refresh on GitHub, we see that my latest commit was this one with this message, test for YouTube, and we see that we have the file here. So now if someone else was to go and download the code by cloning, their local copy would have my file that I uploaded. Anyway, I guess that's it for this video. I know we jumped right in here. If you have any questions, leave comments below. Please subscribe and let me know what else you'd like to learn about GitHub. Thanks.